Hi there, and welcome to Pregnancy and Postpartum TV. Today is an exciting day for me because this is my first video recording in my brand new studio, and so I'm really loving the look of it. It's a little bit more fresh and bright, and I'm super excited to get started. So today we're going to be doing a prenatal yoga and fitness class for sore, achy backs. So often with the distribution change in weight, as well as the hormone fluctuations, a sore and achy back is super common in pregnancy. And so today I've put together a stretch and strengthen sequence that has worked for me every time. So we not only want to stretch out our back and make sure that we have the right posture, but we also want to strengthen it and so that we can maintain the right posture and that change in weight isn't going to bother us anymore. So I am going to use some light weights if you want to grab some light weights or just water bottles, or you can do it without the weights if you don't have them available. That's absolutely fine as well. And if you are new to this channel, before you do anything, pause, go down to the description box, and I have a couple of free gifts for you. So I have a healthy weekly meal plan for healthy weight gain and reducing your risk of gestational diabetes, as well as I have the ultimate list of tools and techniques to cope with pain in labor. And so I have got such great feedback from these, so go ahead and grab them really quick. And also I am a dietitian, a bariatric and diabetes educator, as well as, of course, a pre and postnatal fitness instructor. So we are going to go ahead and get started. So go ahead and grab your water and some light weights if you're going to, and always make sure that you check with your doctor before starting any new exercise routine. Listen to your body and make sure that everything feels safe and good for you. And if anything doesn't feel right for you, stop and just make sure that you're putting your safety first. All right, let's get started. So from here, we are going to start standing up. I'm just going to move these weights out of the way. And so however is comfortable for you, you can make your way up to a standing position, legs a little bit wider than hip width distance apart, and we're going to start warming up and some dynamic movements just to stretch out the back. Start swinging your arms, just gentle movements to start with, and you can start to make them a little bit bigger. You can get your shoulders into it, and then you can start looking around and stretching out the back a little bit. You can lift your heel up and bend your back knee a little bit. So now the movements are quite big, and wrapping your arms around, wrapping them around. Good, and we'll do a couple more. And good, so now we've lubricated the joints in the back, and so now we're going to come down to our hands and knees. So again, just get down in whatever way is comfortable for you, and then we will come back to our all fours, hands and knees position. So shoulders above the wrists and hips above the knees. From here, we're going to start doing some easy stretches for our back, and we're going to do cat and cow. So here we can round out our back and tuck our chin and push through the back of our ribs. And on an inhale, looking up, tucking your toes and stretching out the other way. And again, rounding out your back, stretching, breathe through your back ribs. And inhale, looking up. And exhale again. And inhale, lengthen your spine, and we'll do that one more time. And stretching through your back, this should feel good. And stretching the other way. Good. Now we'll just do some easy hip circles. So you can start little, and we'll do little hip circles. Again, just moving however feels good. And if it feels good, you can get bigger, and you can move around sort of all the way back into a child's pose almost. And feel free to move your torso around. Good, and we'll start getting littler. circles now. And getting smaller. Good. And coming back to neutral. And now we will sit back into child's pose. So you can bring your knees wide apart. So there's lots of room for your belly. And then stretch forward. So here, really stretching out your back. You can place your forehead on the floor if that's comfortable. Walk your fingertips forward and get a nice stretch through your back. And take a couple of deep breaths here. Close your eyes. Deep breaths into your back ribs. And another deep breath here. And then slowly walking your hands in, we'll come back up onto all fours. And now we'll do thread the needle. So you're going to pick up your right hand, thread it through, and place your right shoulder on the ground, and relax your head on the ground. And then you can reach up with your other hand. You can stay here, or you can drop it down. And just for a gentle twist, take a couple of breaths here. One more breath. And bringing that top hand back in front of your face and gently push yourself up onto all fours again. And now we'll take the left hand, thread it through under the right, placing that shoulder down for a gentle shoulder stretch. And your head can go down and reach your right or your top hand up. And you can either leave it there or let it fall gently behind your back, whatever's comfortable for you. And we'll take a couple of breaths here. And one more breath. Good. And bring that top hand, place it in front of the face. Push up back onto all fours. And now we're going to do some strengthening now that we're warmed up. So you can go ahead and grab your weights and place it sort of on either side. So we'll just do some gentle rows. So you can actually go back to all fours, but using your weights, or you don't have to use your weights or water bottles. And we're going to pull the weight gently. So I'll show you with the weight. We'll just pull it, our hand back towards our hip, keeping our elbows tight into the body for a row. And we'll just do 8 of these on either side. So that's 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Great. And we'll move to the other side now. So again, pulling it into the hip. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Excellent. Okay, so we're going to put the weights aside for a second and go back, and now we're going to do a one-handed reverse fly. And so because we're not using weights, it does help to contract all the muscles in your back, as well as making sure that you're focusing on your core. I know you've got a belly, but focusing on sort of your inner core muscles, so activating and not just letting your belly hang down. And so we're going to bring one of our hands and bring it up and back down. And 7, 6, and squeeze. 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Great. And now we'll move to the other side. So 8 more. Squeeze. 7, 6, 5, 4, nice work, 3, 2, and last one. Squeeze and down. Perfect. So we can sit back and shake it out. And we'll do that set one more time. So you can go ahead and move your weights into your all fours position. And we'll do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. You should be able to feel those muscles in your back working now. And other side. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Perfect. And we'll move those weights aside and do reverse fly. And 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, just 2 more, 2, and last one. Great job. And other side. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and the last one. Great job. Okay, so we can move our weights off the mat, and we're going to move into bird dog now. So from all fours, you're going to stretch one leg out behind you and the other arm forward, or if that's not comfortable, you could either do the leg or the arm. And then we'll bring it in and tuck and lengthen and tuck and lengthen. Good. And lengthen and exhale. Inhale and exhale and inhale. Nice. And we'll do that on the other side now. So lengthen and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. 2 more. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. Great. And we'll come back and sit into child's pose. Again, stretching our arm forward. So from here, walk your hands in, and we will turn back around and face the front, and we'll move into cow pose. So you're going to tuck one leg under and walk your other foot around and relax it on the top. So it's going to give a deep stretch through here. If you're here, that's absolutely fine. Just wherever is comfortable for you. And then we're going to take our left hand over top and bend and grab for your thumb or grab for your palms. And then once you're there, lift your elbows up to give a nice stretch between your shoulder blades. And we'll take a couple of deep breaths here, sitting up tall, slightly tucking our chin to find length in the back of our spine. And breathe. And one more breath here, and slowly release the arms. And from here, we're going to come into a gentle twist. And so we are not cranking around. We want to protect, especially our abdominal muscles. We want to prevent diastasis recti. So the twist here is coming from your own muscles, and your hands are just gently supporting you there. And gaze towards the back. Take a couple of deep breaths here. And one more breath. And first, look towards the front and slowly unwind. And slowly walk that leg out, all the movements out of the poses. We want to be really slow. Injuries most often happen when people come out of poses in an unsafe way and too quickly. So place the other leg and then walk this foot around, stopping here or wherever you need to, and then we'll take the other arm on top, cross them over, bend at the elbows, and reach for the thumb or your palms, and lifting your elbows up for a nice stretch, and taking a few breaths here. Relaxing your face, have a soft gaze, something in front of you. Sitting up tall, relaxing through your hips, relaxing your feet. And one more breath here. And on the exhale, unwind slowly and coming to a gentle twist. So using your core to twist and then slowly supporting your twist with your hands and gazing towards the back. And deep breaths here. Shoulders are relaxed. Sitting up tall, as if a string is pulling the top of your head towards the ceiling. Good, and then slowly turn your neck to look towards the front and unwind your body. And now we're going to move into some figure 4 stretches. So slowly moving that leg, and I'm going to turn to the side, but you can face the front if you want. And so from here, we're going to take our legs out a little bit in front of us. We're going to lean back. So this is just a gentle option instead of doing pigeon, which can be a very deep stretch. And you're going to take one foot, place it on top of your thigh, just above your knee there, keeping your foot flexed. And you can lean back, walk your hands up as far as comfortable. If you wanted to get a deeper stretch, you could squeeze that foot in a little bit closer. And again, sitting up tall. This is also a great stretch if you have sciatica, if you have pain in your lower back or radiating down your leg. And I also have another video for sciatica pain that I will link to as well. So you should be able to find it above there, the link, and I'll also put it in the description box below. So deep breaths, long spine. And one more breath here. Good. And we can change legs, so putting that one leg down, and you can help your other leg just across your thigh, just above your knee. And if you wanted to get yourself into the most comfortable stretch position for you, and then focus on your breath. Soft gaze. And we'll take one more breath here. And release that leg back down. And then we're going to come up onto our knees. I'm going to face the side here, and we're going to do a modified camel pose. So we're not going to go fully back because we want to protect those abdominal muscles. And while you're in this position, I want you to focus on thinking about pulling those inner core muscles towards each other. So you're really supporting your belly and your core here. You can bring your hands to your lower back and slowly look up and do a gentle tip back here, stretching it out just as far as feels good. You're activating your core, protecting your abdominal muscles. And take some deep breaths here. Shoulders are relaxed down your back, shoulder blades moving down your back. And one more breath here. Good. And then you can bring yourself back up to an upright position, and we will take our knees far apart again and move into child's pose. Deep breath. One more deep breath here. Fingers are spread. So now we can walk our hands in again. Perfect. And make our way up to a standing position. We're going to do a balance. So we're going to work on dancer's pose, which again stretches out the back a little bit. So I'm going to face the side here. So feet about hip width distance apart. Spread your toes, standing tall. Shoulders are relaxed down. And then we slowly want to shift our weight into one foot. You can bend your knee and grab the top of your foot with one hand, and then you're going to take the other hand up towards the top corner of the room and slowly tilt forward. So if you wanted to stop and stay here, you can. If you want to press that foot into your hand and tilt a little bit more forward, you can also do that. And we will breathe here. Again, really using our core muscles, making sure our belly's not just relaxed and falling out. Good, and slowly coming back to a vertical position. You can bring that arm down again, and we will switch sides. So spreading the toes, finding your grounding on the other side, and grabbing your foot, and hand goes up to the upper corner of the room, and you can press your foot into that arm or that hand, tip forward, and breathe. Core is strong. Muscles of your standing leg are strong. Face is relaxed. Gaze is soft. Good. And slowly coming down. Perfect. So from here, we're going to do some more strengthening. So you can go ahead and grab your water bottles or your weights and come back up. And we're going to do a very simple deadlift here. So first, feet are hip width distance apart, toes are spread, and shoulders are rolled down your back. And we're going to hinge at the hips and just fold forward like this. Good. And we'll do 8 of these. So that's 8. 7, nice and slow. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2, and one more. Great. So we can go ahead and put our weights down now. And we're going to come into a lunge position. So you can step one foot forward and the other foot back. And from here, you can either take your elbows behind you, or if you wanted to clasp your hands and bring your shoulders back, you can. Then inhale, look up, and then exhale, you're going to fold forward, so a little bit to the side. Of course, you want to make lots of room for your belly. And if you want to bring your hands up, you can, so stretching out your back. And we'll do a couple of breaths here. And one more breath. And inhale, coming up. And we'll bring our hands up in cactus pose beside our head, and we'll do some back strengthening. So we'll go down and up, and down and up. Good. That's 3, 4, and we'll do one more. Excellent. And you can bring your hands back down, and we'll just shift to the other side. And so front leg bends and back leg is straight behind. You can clasp your elbows or clasp your hands. Lengthen, open up your chest, and folding forward for 3 breaths here. And on an exhale, bringing your hands back in towards your body, coming up, hands up for cactus pose, and 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and last one. Great, perfect. So now we'll come around to face the front, and you're going to pigeon toe your toes in, so heels are a little bit wider apart. And again, you can clasp your elbows, or if you wanted to clasp your hands behind your back, you can, opening up your chest and fold all the way forward. If you need to walk your feet out a little bit, you can, and letting your shoulders actually relax up towards your ears, and your hands can relax over your head. And deep breaths. You can move the weight into the ball of your feet a little bit. And one more breath here. And first bringing your hands back in and coming up all the way with a lengthened spine. So that pose is great for sore neck and shoulders. So I will also link to another yoga video that is good for neck and shoulders that are sore. So now we're going back down to the ground for one more child's pose before we do our Shavasana. So again, just bending, getting down to the ground, whatever way is comfortable for you, and knees wide apart, and walking your hands out for one more child's pose. And deep breath. And you can walk your hands in. And we can do a little modified Sphinx position. So you can place your elbows on the ground and then look up, lengthening, stretching through your upper back. So obviously we can't lie on our bellies when we're pregnant, but we can modify by doing child's pose. And relax. And one more time, inhale. Lengthening up just as far as feels good for you. And down. And pushing yourself up, we will come back to a seated position. So from here, we're going to move into Shavasana, and I'm going to do Shavasana over a bolster today. So I've got a bolster that I can use right here just to help stretch out my back. But if you wanted to do your Shavasana on your side with a pillow under your head, and you can put a knee on top of a pillow or a bolster, you could do that as well. So I'm going to put my bolster here and just sort of put my bum at the bottom, and then I'm going to make sure to use my weight in my hands very carefully and just relax over top of the bolster there. And I'm going to let my legs flop out into a Baddha Konasana or a butterfly pose and lengthen my hands down and take a couple of deep breaths here. Inhale and sigh out. Inhale in and sigh out. And from here, go through your body and relax all the different muscles. Relax your face, your hands, your feet. Relax your pelvic floor. Your teeth are slightly separated. Your jaw's relaxed. You're watching your breath, but not controlling it. when you're ready, you can start wiggling your fingers and your toes. You can open your eyes. If you want to stretch your arms up above, you can if that feels good. And bringing your knees back up if you're in a butterfly pose. And I'm going to twist over to my side and push myself up. So a labor affirmation that I have for you today is that when you're in labor, there is uncomfortableness or pain, but you want to think of this pain as non-harmful. Your body is just opening up so that your baby can come out and you can meet your baby. So the affirmation is, the pain in labor is not harmful. It's simply my body opening up so that I can meet my baby. So thank you so much for practicing with me today. Namaste to you, and namastes to the babies in your bellies. And make sure that you have gone down to the description box and grabbed some of your free gifts. And like this video if you're enjoying these videos. Subscribe to our channel, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.